Hello, all you hardcores out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the voice of hardcore boxing. Tuesday morning, 6 a.m. Well, what can you do? We've had time to reflect now, haven't we, on the knockout that Liam Beefy Smith put on Junior Eubank. I'm not really sure what I make of it all, to be honest. Beefy's just put four people to Kip on the trot. All of a sudden, this purple patch that Beefy's going through is resulting in people being iced, just like Conor Ben were icing people. But we're not hearing the word PED allegedly around Liam Smith, are we? Why not? We all know to say allegedly, don't we, us YouTubers? Nobody's saying Liam Smith's on PEDs, are they? But at this stage of his career, age 34, he is putting people on the moon. Something he's never really done, not at this level. He's put four people in onto planet orbit in his last four fights. Liam Smith is a roadman. Expect the unexpected in boxing. Well, nobody expected that, did they? With Eubank's tough chin. So, what was the problems? The pork investigates. Well, in my honest opinion, right, I'm going to speak from the heart here and from the head. In my honest opinion, I don't think that Eubank's got a lot of miles on the clock. So for his chin just to disintegrate like that, for me, it means that Liam Smith's either had all his spinach or Eubank's got hold of a night and he's on the slide. We don't know. We're never going to get to the bottom on it. Losing all that weight can't have helped, can it? Having to fight Ben in a fight that didn't happen. But then to carry it on a few extra days later, just to prove a point, making the weight. I mean, what were all that about? I don't get that. I don't get it. But he was screaming off that he could do 154, wasn't he, a few months ago? So, 160 shouldn't be a problem, should it? But it appears it has been. But we're never going to know if it's the weight or if he's got hold of a night or if Beef is just going through a purple patch in his career and having an Indian summer. We don't know, do we? Or if it's the fundamentals. A lot of things that Eubank does are off cuff and that they're not textbook, are they? So we're not going to know, are we? But has he cheated? No, I don't think he's cheated. He's not failed the dope test, has he? Has Beefy cheated? Well, he hasn't failed the dope test out, has he? So we've got to go on the facts. Fundamentals. Eubank's probably lacking in that department. And the fact that he just got caught against a kid that's been a world champion. I know Liam Smith's reign of terror weren't exactly brilliant. John Thompson, Jimmy Kelly, guys like that, in world title fights, nobody would recognise them if they walked down the street, would they? But Liam's been up in mix. He didn't disgrace himself against Canelo, so fundamentally, you'd have to say he's a better boxer. And is Eubank a gimmick? Well, maybe. Can Mick Hennessy save him? Yeah, I think he can. If he goes back to Mick Hennessy, I think Mick could save him. He's well in with WBC and they could go a different route and a different trainer. Different people around him. Forget all this hype and all that carry on and the father in tow and all that. Why does he need the father in tow? Why can't dads in boxing just go sit in crowd and watch the sons and keep the beaks out of the business? Because all managers, trainers, promoters don't want dads involved. They might tell you they do, but they don't. And it very rarely works unless you've got Tyson Fury and Joe Calzaghe. Tell me any more that it's worked for apart from them two. We don't know. What next for Eubank? What would I do if I were advising Eubank? I'd tell him to stay at middleweight. Because he was never gonna have a reign of terror at super middle, wasn't he? Worry. He'll probably go the Jake Paul route in the end, the YouTube route, like Tommy Fury. But I think a fight against Felix Cash, Denzel Bentley, Hamza Shearers, Anthony Fowler. I think there's 4 good fights there for Eubank. Whether the pay-per-view or not, I don't know. They could maybe be just Saturday night headliners. Because that's what he is now, isn't he? He's a Saturday night headliner because his father's famous. Eubank will just be a Saturday headliner. He can't be pay-per-view now unless it's a rate fight like Golovkin. Felix Cash, Bentley, Shiraz and Fowler are good fights for him. That's my opinion. What next for Beefy Smith? Well, he could fight Golovkin. That'd be pay-per-view. Munguia, rematch. Could that be pay-per-view? I'm not sure about that. Charlo could do that at a catch weight, couldn't they? That'd be pay-per-view. Kell Brook would be pay-per-view. Conor Benn would be pay-per-view. It's against Beefy. Beefy against Conor Benn. God, Conor Benn would get wiped out there, wouldn't he? What about Brook against Ben? I don't know, but Mick Hennessy must be licking his chops if Eubank comes back because he'd have something to work with there, a blank canvas, wouldn't he? He'd have a kid with 35 fights, 3 losses, being a British champion. And he wants to get back at Mick. He's got a name. There's something Mick Hennessy could work with there. Was Eubank an hype job? I don't know, really. Yeah, I suppose you could say. Yeah, I mean, he's beat Arthur Abraham and James DeGale and Liam Williams, hasn't he? But that's about it, really, isn't it? He lost to Saunders, Groves and Beefy Smith. Saunders, Groves and Beefy Smith all won world titles. Oh. Did Eubank try and change too much? Yeah, I think he did. He was probably caught between, trying to fight like Roy Jones and trying to fight like his dad. And yeah, maybe. Was he a gimmick like Conor Benn and Ricky Hatton's son Campbell, Hands of Phone Hatton and Layla Ali? Yeah, you could say that. Can Mick Hennessy save Eubank? Yeah, he can. Beefy versus Eubank rematch. Will he activate it? Of course he will. It's Sky. It's a pay-per-view. He knows how to lose to Beefy already. He can just lose to Beefy again now, can't he? But whether or not Joe Public can buy into a rematch on pay-per-view, I don't know really, because it was a conclusive finish, wasn't it, really? So when somebody's getting knocked out in round 4, early doors, conclusive like that, and they've got a plum on the side of the cheekbone to prove it, well, in my opinion, he doesn't really need a rematch, does it? Did Carl Froch Butte need a rematch? That were around 5 shallocking, wasn't it, for him? But did it need a rematch? It had one in contract, but did they have it? No. So, because Butte were like, well, why do we need a rematch? That's what Butte's team were like. And really, Chris Eubank's team should be saying, look, why do we need a rematch for this? He's done me easily. You know what I mean? He's done him easily. So, I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward. Okie dokie. So can Mick Hennessy save Christopher Eubank Jr.? I think he can. He's got the track record for that. He's had Froch from debut. He had Chris Eubank from debut as well, didn't he? Darren Barker from debut. Tyson Fury from debut. Huey. Lenny Dawes, Mick Hennessy's the man to save Chris Eubank Jr. because Caller's obviously away with fairies, isn't he really? And he's hanging on for dear life, Caller in boxing. Why I don't know, because he's working with Wasserman, but I don't know where they're heading with it. I don't know where they're heading with any of this boxing, them lot, me, to be honest. Caller doing boxing, he's doing Misfits in it other day. White collar Misfit shows. What's all that about? So anyway, I've got John coming over to see me from the Wirral today. We're going to do a raffle. I'm going to pick the winner out, and they're going to get 50 quid when they come on Zoom. So that's all good, isn't it? These promoters who want to come and help promote Welcome Estates, they're all in the hat today. 50 quid to the winner. It's all good stuff. No expense paid. No expense paid. I can see that. Okie dokie then. So, can Mick Hennessy save Eubank? I say he can. I say Caller can't. I say Eddie Hearn and Caller ain't got Eubank's best interests at heart. They buried that dope test, didn't they? Oh, Frank Smith's going to marry Eubank's sister. He couldn't even tell him about it. Or did he tell him? Did they all know? Were they all in on it? Is Eubank desperate for money? Well, I don't know, but did Eubank take a dive? I don't think he took a dive, no. So all them people saying he took a dive, I think that's out of order. People saying beef is on PEDs is out of order, but he's been knocking people out now, 4 on trot. And when other people were knocking people out, Liam Smith was first to come out and say, I bet he's been on the special shakes. Well, now all of a sudden, Liam Smith's in that situation where he's putting people on the moon, and he has to come and explain how he got his strength. Like your Popeye, he ate his spinach. That's about it, really. Okie dokie. I just want to finish on one thing. Billy Joe Saunders piping up. Conor Benn piping up about Chris Eubank. Well, Conor Benn's got 2 dope tests that he's waiting on B samples. Billy Joe Saunders has already done a 6-month drug ban and lost his world title for performance-enhancing drugs. So I think that them two are the last people to start piping up, aren't they, really? Because if truth be known, they need Eubank more than he needs them. Let me tell you. Okie dokie. Peace out.